Guys, let me just say that being a woman that cares way too much is so rough. Just got out of work about like an hour or two ago. Don't have time to do a full face of makeup, so I hope that you guys can just bear with me with this Snapchat filter. I was like, I'm not gonna let my insecurity stop me. This is one of my favorite movies of all time. Why would I at least not try to record one? And if I don't like it, I'm just not gonna upload it. So welcome if you're new here, welcome back if you've been here. Today we're gonna be watching Saw X. Woo! Saw comes from my two Australian kings, James Wan and Lee Whannell. Just one of the coolest fucking concepts of all time. Like, to me personally, I wish I could be John Kramer and then create a game for all the men that have fucking done me dirty in the past. The traps for that would be epic. I have some ideas. They might scare you. I mean, I can only fucking imagine. There's only one man that I know would like survive and make it out alive. For sure would be able to handle some serious pain. That's the thing about narcissists. They can make it out of anything. But besides him, I don't think the others would make it out alive. What would the twist be here? Oh my god, the twist is that they're all gay. They look into the cameras where I'm spying on them and they're like, we're gay. We've all been gay this entire time. You stupid bitch. I'm kidding, they're probably not gay, but you never know. At least two of them might be. Just can't find another logical explanation for why they did what they did other than you like men and that's okay. You know, I'm here to support you. I'm an ally. Hello, I'm the last person you should be afraid of coming out to. But I digress. So actually, I was supposed to meet Tobin Bell, like, I would say 2 years ago. It was supposed to be at a convention, but the event was canceled, so that didn't get to happen. He's 81, like, there's still time. There's still a chance. Also, I definitely saw Shawnee Smith in person last year, but I was broke, so I wasn't able to get in line for a picture, unfortunately. In my personal opinion, I feel like the first Saw is the best, and then Saw 2 and 3. I'm excited because I know that this takes place after the first movie and the second one. Everybody knows Charlie Clouser, he's baby. But if you don't know, he scored the Saw movies, Dead Silence, American Horror Story. He's also been involved in some Nine Inch Nails, Marilyn Manson, Rob Zombie, etc. It's always that month of the year that you will hear me bopping the soundtracks for Saw. One of my favorite times that someone has ever referenced this movie is, okay, so here's the backstory. One of my friends who does not reside in LA anymore, he lives in a different state. He lives in the state where High School Musical was filmed. He's pretty lucky for that, not gonna lie. So he basically knows the whole trauma and betrayal that I went through in my past relationship. Me, my friend, and my ex all went to the same college. I don't know how things got lost in translation because I thought it was clear at some point, but earlier this year there was a revelation that I had to share with my friend because my friend's name was brought up in something from one of my other friends from another conversation that my friend had, and then it was like this huge bombshell was dropped on him because he had no idea that the whole time he knew who my ex was. He thought that it was some guy that he had no idea about. So when he found out who he was, he was like, oh my god, this feels like a Saw plot twist right now with the theme music and everything. Seriously though, like one of the funniest things that anybody has ever told me. I'm gonna get going, and I will let you guys know what I think afterwards, and you will get my genuine reaction after the movie. Guys, I gotta go to work tomorrow, so I'm gonna talk about this while I drive home. That was fucking incredible. That was so fucking good. Like, I have such an attachment to the first Saw movie that, you know, by default, I think it's always gonna be the best to me. But this comes in so close to being as good as the first one. I don't think that I can even make it like spoiler free. How am I supposed to talk about this without spoiling anything? Here's the warning, spoilers ahead. First things first, oh my god, I have such a soft spot for Tobin Bell. I don't want to start crying, oh my god. Tobin Bell, Robert Englund, Brad Dourif, all icons that like when it's time, it's gonna hurt really fucking bad. It's gonna hurt so much. Now I saw a lot of like handshaking. It's just something that makes me really sad. And that like made me like start tearing up in the theater because I'm just like, oh, no. You know? I really feel like this is the most like humanized version that we've seen of Jigsaw. Like, this is probably the movie that will get us to sympathize with him the most. Bottom line is, John clearly has around 2 months to live. He doesn't have much time left. Someone from his cancer support group recommends a doctor that has miraculously changed his progress. So John goes to Mexico to get this surgery and this medicine that is supposed to help him live longer. Unfortunately, they're all con artists and their only intention was to scam him. They pretended to perform surgery on him. They never did, and they just took his money, and they've been doing it to tons of people just like him. Jigsaw does what he does best, and he's like, I'm gonna teach these bitches a lesson. He and Amanda, they gang up again. We love Amanda. I feel like now, I just feel like because Saw 2 like was probably like 2005, you know, the choice that they made for Amanda's hair back in the day, I'm pretty sure they regret it now. They trapped the taxi driver first. One of my favorite lines of the whole movie, Diego's like, where are we going?
Buenas noches. ¿A dónde vamos?
Al infierno.
Al infierno. We're going to hell. I was like, damn, I'm gonna be using that from now on. And he passes his test. So with that guy's help, they find the other people and they kidnap them, and now they all have to play the game. I'd like to point out that the Saw traps have always been merciless. Like, they've always been crazy, but for some reason these were fucking brutal. These were crazy to me. They had me wincing and like squeezing my fists. Like, they were crazy. Something that really stood out to me was how Amanda had so much sympathy for Gabriella, which by the way I did too, and it really pissed me off when I found out that she was in on it. I love when they basically did like a callback when Jigsaw said that Amanda's biggest weakness was her emotions. She was so hesitant about hurting Gabriella. I love that John told her, if you can't handle this, then you will not be able to handle the rest of our work. Something that really pissed me off was the Parker character barging in. That was before the double twist, before I found out that the first twist was that he and Cecilia were together and that he came to rescue her. But you know, the second twist, which is the final twist, which was what comforted me and made me feel like, okay, I get it now. I get it. I understand. If I remember correctly, I don't think we have ever seen a kid in the Saw movies get tortured. I mean, we have seen guns being put to their heads. We've seen them trapped in enclosed spaces. I don't think that we have ever seen them like get tortured in any way. It was really like hurting my heart to like, I don't have any recollection of like John shedding any tears in any of the other previous movies. So when I seen this and when I seen him like drowning in blood during the last trap, like that just really got to me. I was just like, no. But you know, the comfort of knowing that this takes place between 1 and 2, knowing that he's gonna survive this, is like, okay, like just we wait until that twist, you know? While Cecilia and Parker went to go get the money, they got trapped. And so they both had to fight it out to survive. Yeah, so I suppose in the end, Cecilia survived. And John and Amanda and the kid made it out alive. And he gave him the money. We love our charitable king. That was my experience watching it. It was a roller coaster for me. Always when I watch these movies, I always try to imagine myself. How would I approach this trap? But today, I was just imagining, again, if I was John Kramer and I could create my own game, what kind of specific traps would I customize towards each of my victims? And by each of my victims, again, I'm talking about the men that really had the audacity to like fuck with me. Those are my thoughts. Saw X. Very fun time. Not a disappointment at all. I'm really happy with what we got. Any chance that we can see John Kramer is a win for me. I'm definitely gonna go and rewatch it a few more times. Yeah, I'm gonna go and just jam out to the soundtrack. Bye.